Hey guys, so we're getting ready to put some pistons in. We already got 1 and 6 in there. We were checking piston protrusion, which I guess I could actually show you guys piston protrusion. So there again, I've showed a video on piston protrusion before, so I'm not going to go super into depth in it here, but so this is the base that I use for checking piston protrusion, or one of them, which again, I'm probably going to make some of these because I've had a few guys ask about them. So all you want to do is, if you get your base on there, you zero it, and we're 0 on that base. Put your piston in there, you bring her up, see where it is. We're like 11th thou right there. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side, which you guys won't be able to see, but neither can I, apparently. So we're 13 on one side and 19 on the other. So you basically split the difference, add them up, divide them, and you're still within spec because you're basically allowed 20 thou. So, and we've already checked the other one, so it's not a huge deal. But you want to, when you're checking piston protrusion, I recommend to check both sides, and then, you know, here or here, get all the numbers, and just so you can, you know, make sure stuff makes sense when you're putting it together, per se. So we're going to put the rest of the pistons in, and we'll do that on time lapse just to show you guys, or to spare you guys the time, I guess. When we're torquing up the rods, I guess you can't see the rods. Turn this over. Ooh. You can see the rods there. Torquing them up, these ones are set at 130. So it's just like torquing any rod. Do it in three equal amounts, and yeah, you're good to go. So I've already measured all the clearance stuff for this. If you want to know how to do the clearance, I'm going to do separate videos and put them in the machining side, engine assembly and machining side. But watch for the videos for the 12 valve, because I'm going through all of that stuff for the 12 valve build. So I'm showing every step. You know, it's one of those things for us to show every step on every one. It adds a lot of time to putting the engines together, and we got a bunch of stuff to get done this year, so I don't want to take too much time doing every step on every one, because it's the same process. So all right, well, I'm going to throw you guys back on time lapse and go from there. All right, guys, we're getting ready to put 3 and 4 in. So we're going to show you how the install on this side for number 4, and then we'll do number 3 on the opposite side, so you can see that. You want to go on the other side there again?
Yeah, buddy. Middle 4.
When you're doing this, it is way easier if you have a buddy to help, because
Counterclockwise again. A little more. Right, oh, there.
Right there?
Yeah. You're square.
Ready?
Yep. Keep it coming. Nice and easy. Almost landed. There, you're landed. You will have the line.
So it's literally that easy. Maybe we make it easy because do it lots. Maybe that has something to do with it. Sometimes it's a fighting chore. So when you're getting this part, this is where you're going to put assembly lube on both sides. Just, you know, a decent general amount.
Just snugging the bolts with the gun, putting no torque whatsoever on them.
And then oil up the skirts. The oil that we use is, whoop, as I'm pouring it all over the block. Usually I mix about 10% assembly lube with just regular old engine oil. Nothing special. So I'm going to show you guys on this side. Can I remember me? Fuck off, orange thing. There we go. I'm gonna say you probably could just stand here and do it, but
I'll do it over here, and then they can see better what's going down.
when we do the P-pump 12 valve, this will be a lot easier to see. One, it's on an engine stand, and two, there's no girdle in the way. So if you want to see a little bit more in depth on that, just watch when we do that. Hopefully we'll be doing that this week.
It will be coming up soon.
Yeah, because I should have the pistons this week. As soon as I get the pistons, we'll be doing it pretty quick after I get the pistons. So. I guess I should maybe shorten that. So when you're doing your ring, the gaps on your rings, I just index them. So like if you look at it there, there's the two ring gaps, right? Like one there and one there. I just index them 180 degrees, and then your oil ring like 90 degrees from that, just so that they're not, you know, there's no overlap on rings. Because the rings do migrate, so they
You're dead square this time. Don't have to turn her.
say that now, but I haven't got the tool on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Counterclockwise. Yep. Whoop. Nope. The other way. There you go. Straight in. We're just using the hammer on this end to coach the rod in so it doesn't scrape the crap out of a bunch of stuff on its way. And a little more, you're landed. Right there. Give them a full turn in so you know your threads aren't bound before you commit a crime. Nobody wants to cross thread a brand new rod.
No, not so much. Now, if you guys are doing this and you have never done it before, I would recommend not using a power tool for doing it. I would wind it in by hand.
Yeah.
But there again, we do this all the time, and honestly, we probably shouldn't do it that way, but
No,
we do it that way.
Like I said, just using them to fucking take the slack out.
Yeah.
Not using them to tighten anything whatsoever.
Yeah, and the gun is usually going to be turned down when you're doing it too. So doing the torque part of it, I guess if I turn the torque wrench back on.
Yeah.
And you can see like the gun didn't even make it. Like I'm now to 50. So it literally is not tight.
Only allow it to go 1 or 2 duggas.
Yeah, or a drill is actually a better option for doing it.
Yeah, because they're pretty weak.
Because it won't actually tighten anything.
You want me to go to the other side and hold that? Or
Nah, you're
think
alright.
you can get her? There you go. Little more.
And that's all there is to installing rods. Or pistons and rods, I guess.
Yeah, lots of lube dripping off everything. It's
And something else that I recommend doing too, there again, if you've never done this before, is install one piston at a time. And when you do, back this a little bit here, and rotate the engine 360 degrees.
Sounds good.
And make sure that there's no binding, you know, like that type of stuff on every one, because then if you put one in, then, and you can't turn it, or the resistance has got really hard, you know there's something wrong with that one. Obviously, when you get all 6 in there, especially with the good assembly lube, there is a resistance. But just so you guys are aware, you want to make sure that when you're putting this stuff together, that clearances are good. Like I said, I checked all the clearances on all this stuff, so it's not like I didn't, you know, like I didn't check it for some of the video, but everything has been checked. But for the sake of not making the series too long, I wanted to make sure that, you know, show you guys putting the stuff in, but not, you know, doing per se the in-depth install like we were going to on the 12 valve build. So anyways, like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks guys.